Welcome to Kolorflow Conversations, where we flow freely, speak boldly, and connect colorfully. I am you, Keisha, and this is
Takesha.
And welcome to our girl chat. You did it this week.
Yes.
Listen, I always start off with listen, and now I catch myself every time I say it. Like,
Listen.
I know. Every time we say welcome to my girl chat, it's like I get ready to chat with you.
Yeah, it's like it's activated.
Yeah, yes, like instantly, like, girl, listen. Even though my girl listen don't be a gossip and listen, but it be like, girl, listen. It's so much that I've seen this week. Well, first I want to say thank you for coming to my daughter's performance this weekend.
Of course.
I appreciate the support.
I'm glad that you invited me, that I was able to experience that, because one thing about you, you don't go around like my daughter having this come. You may put your little, disclosure sometimes about it, but that's not your thing to chase down the audience.
It's not. It's really not. But I really was diligent about inviting people this time because she wanted to invite people. She was like, invite, so and so, invite people. And I'm like, really? Because usually, it's usually just me sitting up in there like,
yes.
But I think that even children know when they need more support.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that her telling me, especially because this was her first time having like a really important acting role.
Yes.
I think she wanted that love from, she knew people who was going to be out there who genuinely love her. So thank you for being a part of that. Because that was important to her and me. So thank you, friend.
You're welcome. I appreciate being included.
Mm-hmm. Even though he was a crybaby, he was like, I'm about to cry.
Yeah, it was that love scene. I was like, come on, future husband, because my God.
Is that what it made? Did you think about?
Yes.
That's what your mind goes to?
That's what my mind went to.
That is so funny. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
Yes, that's where my mind went, because they was just so romantic, like singing, and I was like, look at them singing to each other. Okay.
You sent me a message like, I know you don't watch TV, but I wish you did so you could tell me what you thought about this. And this was about the Nelly and Ashanti thing, speaking of future husband. But I have seen clips, and so I didn't ask you what your opinion was about it, because you said that yours was different from everybody else's, because I really wanted to hear what you thought so we can talk about that, because we do talk about future husband for you, maybe future husband for me. So I want to know what was your...
I watched the entire season.
Oh, you did?
All episodes.
Okay.
Yes, I was vested. I pretty much binge watched them.
Let me ask you, why were you, because you don't really watch reality TV shows.
No, I don't. But remember last year on a podcast, I said, I wish Nelly and Ashanti would do a show.
I do. Yeah. Okay.
And just like that, my prayers were answered.
Yeah, and they did a show. Yeah.
I was vested in it, because I'm not really a reality, because a lot of time it's a bunch of catty women.
Yeah.
So I tend to really stick to what hits me at heart.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed seeing their journey, because they was always laughing and smiling and intimate. And I like that.
Were they like that on the show?
So on the show, Ashanti laughed through the whole thing.
She is always laughing.
Yes. And a lot of times I think people portray that as it's something hidden on the inside, like it's a trauma response.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really get that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like when she was annoyed and didn't like what she was hearing, it was all over her face. Mm-hmm. So I felt like her laughter was genuine. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people was coming for her because Nelly was just like, he wasn't changing no diapers. While they were asleep, he said he was just like, hey, can't be crying.
I saw that clip where she was like, I don't understand how you sleep through. And he was like,
Yeah. So, and then with the inauguration, and it was another point too. I can't really where they were living at.
Yeah, yeah.
Another one was
those are the only clips that people actually show to me.
him with his business side, you know, touring, the spending, the gambling.
Okay, I don't know anything about that.
And it was something else too that I wanted to point out. Remember them pointers so we can, you know, go through each. But it was something else. I can't remember. I guess it'll come back. But anyway, I felt like this was the perfect relationship in trying to just us make it work. Where it's understood that you have to compromise. That's how I felt watching it. While I don't know what it is, when I looked at it, I was just like, if this is handled correctly between them and not let outside influences in, they could work through this. And the fact that they spun the block don't matter, because this is my thing. I'm 49, and you and I have talked about me saying that I will have another kid. You think I'm going to do that and I ain't got no team? Because I'm like Nelly. I'm almost 50 and I don't want to change no diapers. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be there for my child, but Nelly said, I'm rich. I can get you all the help I want. And that right there. And what I stand 10 toes down behind his back is that he said, I told her.
It wasn't like he didn't tell her. And that was my thing, Takesha. I believe that she knew who he was. I don't think
whether she thought he was going to change, that's on them. But he disclosed who he was.
I believe, I mean, she dated the man 20 years ago and they spun the block. I believe she knew who he was, and whether outside people agree with whatever or not, it may be hard for her to hear him say, I ain't got nothing for him till he turned 3, which it sounds harsh to, you know what I'm saying? It sounds very harsh, but they got money. And, you know, us people who don't have that type of money, and you are a mother that's, you know, people like, why he ain't, you know, changing the diapers and stuff. Yeah, I probably feel some type of way. You know, you have to think about what worked for you.
Yes, because for me, I would have been like, okay, because I don't want to get up either. Like, we need the night nurse. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I want a night nanny.
Yeah. And it's night nannies and stuff. I watch TikToks all the time of night nannies that show them taking care of the child through the night.
And the other day, that was a wedding nanny. I didn't even know that exists. So she comes to weddings. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's a nanny for everything.
So convenience is a luxury.
I'm glad that, you know, not glad.
Because this is my thing. It's not taking away him loving his child. Changing a diaper don't. That's just
people look at that. People look at that as an act of love, though.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just an act of parenting because they can't go to the bathroom yet. Yeah, it's just
people look at changing the diapers and feeding the child, being active, as an act of love. If you're active,
and I shouldn't say that it's not, but I guess I should say like that's not the only form.
Yeah. Now this is my thoughts on it, because I know how reality TV is. I worked on the
wait. I don't want to. I'm sorry, but I gotta say this because they was talking about him gambling, but I promise you, Ashanti looked like she stepped out of Neiman Marcus every day. So it was just like y'all both spending money. Like she went to I know you had to see the mattress clip.
No,
he said that they sell mattresses
I did see the mattress
up to $1 million.
I did see that clip. Yeah, I did see
but that's clip. Another thing that when you have a vice, I have a shopping vice. So if who I'm dating got a gambling vice, I could spend that same amount of money shopping. It's just the vices are different.
Mm-hmm.
Did your husband got a shopping vice? We got the
No,
same vice.
what I was gonna say is, I worked on a reality TV show here, Preachers of Detroit. You remember when I worked on that show? And part of the thing, seeing behind the scenes, how they're only going to pull out that stuff of interest that's negative to get people to watch
tune
it,
in, watch it, talk about it, because that is trending.
And I watched how they tried to create arguments or create division. And these people that didn't really have any issues, they may have had a conversation of we disagree, but they really were not mad at each other. So I could see them saying, okay, we're gonna let's talk about that more. Talk about that more. And he like, well, he has they both have big personalities. I don't think that Ashanti has an issue with anything with him.
I don't think so either. I do think that like the moving thing was, because that's something to think about when you know what I'm saying, have two separate locations in your family. And I felt Nelly, like my grandma is getting older. I felt that. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's like another bucket that we put in the compromise.
But even though he is about his business and stuff, I see narcissistic traits with him. But again, I think that she already knew and accepted that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like him saying, all my business is here. I could see him staying in St. Louis because he's the man in St. Louis. He's not gonna be the man in New York. New York don't care about none of y'all. Everybody's a celebrity in New York, even regular people. They all, so he can go to New York and have the same. I could see that, him being a little narcissistic when it comes to that, but she knew that.
And see, I didn't take it as narcissism, not him being a narcissist, because I felt like, and maybe it's because I felt like she knew it, but I also felt like this is his home.
But what about her home?
If you are going with who's your husband,
you follow him.
You follow him. So that's what about her home. You follow your husband. That's how I viewed it. So it was just like, you make it work because this is my husband. Because one thing I'm going to tell you about watching that show, it was nothing about him not saying my wife. He was about that, like my wife. And I seen a clip the other day where it was just like, well, he called Nelly a B. So he called Ashanti a B. When? So it's on the clip. They're getting ready for an event. I don't know if this is when he get the key to the city or whatever it is, but it was an event that was very important to him. She was running late. Then, she want her hair and everything to be perfect. And he's already standing out there like pacing and just frustrated and just talking. And he says, bitch, Jesus Christ.
He didn't call her a B.
Me, I didn't take it like he was calling her that directly. It's just, he cussed through the whole thing. When he was at the mattress store, he like, shit, the fuck I'm in this bed for? Like, Nelly cussed. So as, a former profanity lover, saying that to me wasn't like he was at her saying it, but just about the frustration of the situation. But I still think like,
what about his gambling? Because people look at it as a gambling addiction. You said vice.
Because that just sounds nicer than saying addiction, because I don't want to put that on him because I know what it's like to be addicted to something. So it's just like.
But you do believe it's addiction that he has?
I didn't deep dive into it enough. Like when they talked about, I know they talked about it on the show, but because my mind was just like, oh, that's just one of his vices. That's his thing, his outlet. I didn't look at it like it was an addiction, because when I view addiction, I view it as you're breaking down your foundation. your home. Like it's causing a conflict. But if I have this gambling problem, but all the bills is paid and we got money for days, is my gambling really a problem, or is it just how I choose to spend my money versus going on a vacation?
See, it's so many different. I see both sides of what people see.
I do too.
And I see, because Ashanti was that girl who was on vacation. When we saw her, she was on vacation, looking good, body banging. I mean, for years.
And people are just like, they, she gave up her life or whatever, and she shouldn't have, spun the block. And like I said, I get that. I can always be open and see both sides. But in this setting, when you ask me about my opinion, I just look at them as a regular couple trying to figure out the newlywed stage with the child.
Yeah, I mean,
and at some point, you don't want to just be flexing your body on the beach.
Yeah.
Like, we're allowed for growth and to want something else. Every day you can create a different version of yourself. That's why it's called a present. It's a gift. You make it what you want. She was ready to make hers into being a wife and a mother.
I don't think that she settled, as a lot of people are saying. I believe that she knew who he was, what he was about. She knew how he is about his family. She knew how he was about St. Louis. And I think it was a matter of her deciding, because I'm glad they did the show, but I'm more so not glad they did it, because now there's going to be so many outside interferences.
Yes, they need to stay prayed up.
They have to, because now so many people have an opinion about them and think she's stupid, he this, and part of the reason that they did the show was because Nelly is about making money.
Yes,
that man's about making money. He's about, let's do this. We're going to make some money.
Yes, and that was his core through the whole thing. He was about getting that money.
He's about making money, and because he did a show with his ex-girlfriend. That man is about money. But this is a topic, though, Takesha, that came out of this conversation as well. When a woman, because I guess she grew up with a good family that had, maybe middle class or a little above. She didn't struggle for anything, and he was a man that had a struggle, and now that's why money is so important to him, because he don't want to go back to that. And when you have I feel like I've experienced this, when you date somebody or you get involved with somebody that didn't have that, then they will try to humble you, because you used to getting everything. And, let me show you that you ain't about to be. And do you get that from them? Have you experienced that?
I didn't really get that from him, because he was just like, I'm rich. Like, I could get my wife what she want. I didn't really get that from him. But at the same time, I can kind of, see it, because he did express how he didn't come from anything. But I never once felt like he was saying it in a way for her to feel less than, because she did. I think it was more of the unhealed
part of him.
Yes. The scarcity. Like, and even if he did come off that way, it's still at the core an unhealed thing, because my biggest fear was always being broke. That's always been my biggest fear. Like, that was at the top. Like,
really?
Yes. Like, some people would be like, they scared of death. No, I'm scared of being broke. So,
and I think that he's definitely scared of being broke.
Yes. And he living, you know what I'm saying, a different lifestyle than me. I'm just still super regular and have always had that fear. So the times when I have been in a situation, it has hit me like, oh my God, I never want to go back to this.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of fear in me when it comes to money. That's why my money don't grow. because I'm already scared to lose what I got. So Nelly don't rest. He keep going. And then he's spending it gambling because he's trying to soothe the vice.
To make more because he got
this is speculation.
But I mean, we see it all the time because he comes off as like, I believe that he's a man that's going to always take care of his family.
Yes.
Now that family is adding on a wife and another child.
I got to do more. I got to grind harder. And again, at 50.
Which is why he did that inauguration thing. It was about money.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm about to go make this, whatever.
And you know what? I can't remember exactly what he said, but it really made me think because I'm like, my father was drafted. That wasn't a choice that he made. And so he was just like, you know, more from an aspect of, I was invited just to the White House, like more of a principal than the president. And I really was thinking about that, but it was just like at the core, he doing whatever he got to do to make sure his family is straight forever.
I don't know about the White House thing because I don't know about that man, but I know that man. But that man is about his money. So, as a wife, I could see her turmoil in her face from the clip I saw. Like, this is
something that you need to turn down. Like, I understand your reasons, but because of who the president is.
Do you know how hard that is, though? You haven't been married, but do you know how hard that is, that when your husband is making a decision that you know is going to affect both of y'all? And
I can't even imagine because I ain't never even had a boyfriend to make a decision.
Anyway, I've experienced that where it was nothing that was going to change his mind. This is what we doing. This is what's best for us. And it just blow up, you know what I'm saying? And the whole world had judgment against, and even though the whole world had judgment against him, I could see the same thing happen. Like he tried to defend himself instead of being quiet. That's the time where you could have just been silent and not say anything because you believe it was right for you and your family. Mm-hmm. He is about that money, but that scarcity mindset, I pray that he heals from that. Because if anything, that would be the thing that could get on their nerves.
Yes,
is thinking we got to do anything for money,
to stay relevant, and for money
to stay relevant. You don't have to do anything to stay relevant. They don't even have to do a season 2.
No,
people will forget about this, and y'all can live y'all life. And by the time people see y'all again, y'all son will be KK is his name, but be 5 years old.
Yep,
walking in kindergarten.
Yep.
If they offer a season 2. Because of his mindset with money, we doing it. And she's going to, because like you said, she wants to be a good wife. You can see that. She loves his family, his kids. And you can see where they blend very well.
That's why when they was having that inauguration conversation, I felt so sad for her because I could see it all over her face. Like I said, I understood where Nelly was coming from and I understood where she was coming from. And I felt her like, this is horrible.
This is horrible.
This is going to destroy our lives. And he's doing it anyway. When she was talking to her mom.
And that man you can feel his energy. That man do not care what nobody say about him.
No.
That is the one thing about him that I do like.
He talked about that on there too.
He said that?
Yeah. It was, I remember like one little clip. I hope I'm making this up, but I really believe what he was just, I don't care how y'all come for me, but when you come for my wife.
So you believe when your husband comes and you have a strong personality about or opinion about things, are you prepared that if your husband make a decision for you and him, that decision is what stands?
I am not. I have a response. I don't even think I can say it on camera. I am prepared.
You are?
Mm-hmm. I am prepared.
Okay.
Because I promise you that the person that is for me, when our souls unite, I'm going to want him to lead me.
Mm.
So I'm going to trust his decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't fall apart, I'm going to trust the decisions
And
to get it together.
And I believe that's what she's doing. She's trusting his decisions. And in the middle of the whole world judging,
because at the end of the day, it's going to be me and him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will make sure, and this is why I can respect Nelly from this degree. And I've had friends in my life whose men have told them, they didn't send a representative. It was just like, this is what it is. My situationship, he told me what he was the first day, all about his characteristics. Mm-hmm. So I went in and at some point, maybe thinking that I was going to change him, or maybe not even thinking that I was going to change. Maybe I was thinking that he was going to change, because we create these fairy tales in our head.
Yeah.
But I'm no longer in fairy tale stage. I'm in oh, you said this? I'm out. Oh, you saying this? Okay, green, 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 green. No red flags to stop me back. So I am really praying that my intuition and that I'm listening to what he's saying and not what I want him to say. Mm-hmm. So this man will be able to lead me, because he's not going to be just leading me. I'm bringing a son too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That I'm going to protect like never before.
Yeah, I believe that before. I am right there with you. I believe that before, I always, no matter what somebody said, I always believed that, oh, that in the back of my mind, oh, that could change, or I could change that, or something. And when it didn't change, it blew up. It wasn't what I thought, because I knew. People show you who they are.
Who they are. Yes. Yeah. All the time. And it's just like, okay, you paying attention or nah?
Or you got fairy tales in your eyes, because most women are emotional and want to be in a relationship. Or do you forget your own voice?
Yeah. Because I have been in situations in my life where I felt like I could not use my voice.
But people that's outside judging her, Ashanti, feel like she's not using her own voice. But I truly believe that she knew and understood the decision she was making when she married that man.
When she married him. I believe that too.
I believe
that.
Yeah, and I don't believe she's unhappy. And her laughing and smiling, I don't believe is fake. I don't feel like she's covering up.
I didn't get that either, that she was covering up anything. I felt like she was genuinely just happy.
I think that man is very blunt. I believe that how he says things can come off to
very aggressive. And that's where that comes that narcissistic trait, like, oh, he's trying to control.
Yeah, I believe, but
because I mean, at the same time, and this is very, like, this is super controversial. At the same time, shouldn't you always pick yourself? When is it considering self-sabotage, betraying yourself? Just something to think about just in general. And then when is it, that you decide, like, okay, nah, because Nelly is like straight up leader, picking myself.
Do you see any, because I didn't watch the show, did you see any trace of him being jealous of her?
No.
Because I've heard that narrative as well. Like,
this was one of my biggest things, was I felt like he still wanted some attention. That's what I felt, because it was like he was jealous of the baby. But I feel like he just wanted some attention, because on the show, what they show us, she KKK.
Really?
And I was looking at it.
Because I said that's they edited to make it.
Yeah, and I was looking at it, and I was just like, why is Jordan 30 and I'm Ashanti? Like, I gotta
Yeah.
get myself together.
And I'm like that with mine.
Like,
I'm Elijah Gabby, Elijah Gabby, Elijah Gabby.
yes. So he was always like, I'm here, like, hey. But I think that it's a drastic change because, again, when we was all team them, they was all all the time, all over each other.
And now you throw a baby in there.
Dramatic all the time. So it's like you throw a baby in there, things have shifted. And she breastfeeding, everything then changed. So it's just like she probably not giving what she was given, before. But then the other part of this too, Keisha, because it can be so many different scenarios. I can do this for days. The other part of this too, what I think about is knowing your person's affection meter, I guess is what we'll call it. Because maybe I might need it every day. Maybe you don't. Then we got a problem.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because Nelly, like, hey, like, KK, he cool. Look, KK. But what about me? Because that was just like they showed a clip where she was FaceTiming. And Nelly was so uninterested. But in my mind, I was just like, okay, like you could show a little bit, like, come on. I wasn't so team Nelly on that. But then when I came team Nelly, because I'm like, if we together out on our date night and everything okay, let us enjoy this. Because they have both celebrities traveling and they're not always together. So I can see quality time being very important. I can defend both.
Look,
I'm the prosecutor.
I was gonna say, but even people who not celebrities, like date nights going out, if you're married with kids, going out and not talking about anything that has to do with your kids or home, it's hard.
One of the things that I want is a monthly date weekend. Because if you're busy and I'm busy, we need some time for it to be like you just said. Like,
and to not have a conversation always, that is
like we bring it
hard.
home into our date night.
Yeah. I mean, that's very, I could see both sides of that. She's a new mother, so she love her baby.
And it's hard for me
to be away from my baby. And he like.
And is she the only child?
She got a sister.
Oh, okay.
She has a younger sister.
Okay.
I believe her sister is younger. Yeah. But that's hard with just.
That make me even more like I'm her whole twin, but go ahead.
Regular people have a hard time going out on a date, finding time to go on a date, and on that date not discussing anything that has to do with the children or home. A lot of people can make assumptions about he was jealous of the baby. It's hard to have a date night and you just want
your attention. Yeah. He already craving attention. So now if he on the date night, he for sure want all the attention.
She knew who she was marrying.
Yes. And if she didn't, she do now.
Yeah, I don't think she was surprised by who she was marrying. I don't think any of this is a shock to her. I think she is being led. I think she's following his lead, and the things that she's not happy about. I don't think that she was a person. Ashanti don't strike me as a passive person. I don't think she was going to argue on camera.
Oh, definitely, because like it's somewhere you can see like that face clenching. Like
I don't think
but and she shouldn't. Yeah. She should keep that private.
I think I really believe she kept some things private, and if she didn't agree, even if it didn't work in her favor, I believe she do speak her mind. And I just pray that I don't want them to do a season 2. I'd rather they just remove themselves from reality TV, even though if he offered a season 2, that man is about his money. He's going to do it. So I hope they don't, though. I hope they just kind of fall off the scene. People stop talking about it after a month. They'll
Yeah,
move on to
that's
something
one
else.
thing about us Americans. Like, it'll be quick to move on to something else real quick. Did you hear that Will Smith was going on tour?
But not in the not in the U.S.
That made me think about it when I just said that's something about Americans, because I'm just like, we are so,
hard on people.
yes, opinionated from hate.
He's going on tour. Tyra Banks is opening
A
businesses
business,
in Australia,
Australia.
and there's somebody else. But none of the things they are doing is in the U.S. And one of the things I like about, I've always liked Will Smith. He's going where he's appreciated and loved.
Yes.
Here,
It made me think about Beyonce with even giving Paris this awesome show.
Oh yeah, they had an amazing show. Like the energy there every night was like, wow.
And even different merch.
Yeah, yeah. They got we hard on people here. Mm-hmm. We are hard and we judgmental, and it's hard to come back from a lot of stuff here. I mean, people could watch this and be like, y'all see them two girls that was, and it'll go viral, and it'll be like our faces will be all over, and then what? They're going where I'm going to stay where I'm loved.
Period.
Period. I'm going to stay where I'm loved and appreciated.
And I don't care what nobody has to say or what it looks like on the outside.
No, I don't care. You so funny. Was that this what you said to me? You picture me saying I don't care because I don't care about nothing.
Yes.
I honestly do not care. I'm going to go where I'm loved. I'm going to be where I'm appreciated. I'm only going to surround myself with people that truly love me and or adore me or want to be around me or are genuine or authentic with themselves, because then we can have authentic conversation.
Yes.
Because if I'm not...
And that's all that matters. Not all these outsiders that we don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people care about what social media is all about. Appearances.
Yes,
appearances. It's about appearances. I'm not trying to put on no front for nobody. I'm going where I'm loved. I got one of my old situationships. I don't know. Now he texting me more often. He probably watching this. Hey, I because he texted me and said, "Hey, Miss Kolorflow," a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Really?" But I know that person may care about me, but it's not a spin the block situation where I know that there is going to be authenticity there. Did I say that right? Authenticity?
I think so, but I'm not for sure because I'm still like, is it interested or interesting? Like,
yeah. Like, which word is it? Yeah, I'm only gonna be where I'm. Will Smith about to go over there, and them people gonna show him so much love. Think about what he's been through here. He tried to stand up for his wife, and people dogged him. I mean, if my man slapped somebody for making a joke about me in front of the whole world, that was probably a little embarrassing to me, or big embarrassing, and he got up there and defended me in front of the whole world, and then we both get judged, we both get this, we both,
and then America forgets about it.
America forget about it, and you still got to deal with it. And now you're banned from that specific show. Mm-hmm. You're banned from this. And the character of him is a good man.
Yes. Yes.
He literally got up there and did something that was defending his wife. And I just don't think he did anything wrong. Everybody handles things differently. He could have got there and said, let's have a talk. Mm-hmm. He could have pulled him to the back. However he did it, I'm not judging him for that, because I think in the moment he felt like he needed to defend his wife, the woman he loved, the woman he stuck by. They done been through all this stuff.
Yeah.
All this stuff. And this man getting up there dogging her. And you gonna sit there and laugh? I don't know. I want somebody to defend me.
Yeah.
I want somebody to, we gon' and obviously they worked through that and healed through it, and now he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do it over here. I'm gonna do it over here. So, we hard here in the US.
We are.
We difficult.
Very.
We judgmental. We get in the comments and dog people, make them feel bad, talk about how they look, what they got on. Just when you really can, like I've said before, I'm a scroll buyer. I don't never make a comment on anything, and even if I don't like it, even if I do like it, I barely hit like on it. I don't. I don't hit like on stuff. I just be like, scroll, read that, scroll. We have so many opinions where it's just open up where people think they have the because it's my page or this is whatever, that I can say whatever I want to people. And you can't. You can, but think about how that may affect. Do you know how you may affect somebody's day?
Yeah. And people will say, well, I ain't responsible for that. That's on you. And da, 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 da. People nasty.
People nasty. I mean, I'm just not that. I'm not nasty like that. I celebrate. I can celebrate silently with people that have a celebration. When I see proposals or birthdays, I can smile and be. I still ain't got to hit like. Ain't nobody gonna know if I sing anything because I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, you do.
I scroll over, but
because I can say something to you and you'll be like, oh yeah, I see that. Me, if I like it, I'm gonna like it. But on TikTok, I'm the repost queen.
I will repost something.
I will repost everything. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm reposting all day.
I just think that people, need to consider how it makes somebody feel.
That's the witchcraft they talk about. That negativity.
The negativity. It spreads. And listen, the people that says it's witchcraft are the spreaders.
Yes.
You're spreading it. You're spreading it. When you get up and you're talking about
negative over someone else's life, that you don't even know. We got opinions or whatever, but I don't know. I think the world is just too available, too open for us to just reveal everything.
Yeah, and it's fun, but it's only supposed to be fun.
Yes,
and
that is really good.
It's only supposed to be fun.
That is really good.
The fun has been removed.
The fun has been removed.
The fun has been removed from social media.
That's what we need to spin the block on.
Yeah.
Some fun on social media where you just posting.
Yeah.
You ate your pizza today and it's cheesy.
Or some of the trends on TikTok, which is why I like TikTok. Some of the trends I like when they were calling random people, telling them good night.
Oh my God.
When cracked
boys, he was like, is something wrong with you? Like, just talking about some good night.
But think about that, how that trend was doing something loving, and a lot of them guys was cussing their boy out. Don't call me saying no good night. It was fun. It was something that made us all laugh and smile. It wasn't like did y'all see? Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk. Everybody got a.
But they whoever they is be doing things to try and hold us back. Because just imagine how powerful we would be if we were all just fun and in love and spreading love.
Yeah.
What would it be like?
Yeah. It would be a very different place.
Yes.
But
instead, me included, we giving opinions.
We give opinions. We give think pieces. We have a whole dissertation about a whole subject or what somebody. I mean, we just sat here and talked a whole half hour probably about Nelly and Ashanti.
Yeah, we did because we're at 44 minutes. Yeah, we did. And when I watched it, I journaled on it.
Did you?
Yes, that's how invested I was. And it was just like I almost wanted to watch it again because after I watch it a couple of times, I start noticing more things like, oh, look how he was touching her. He was mad. Like, I wonder if I watch it again, will I not be Team Nelly? I'm team both of them because I do feel like she's struggling with the situation, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel like she knew what she was getting into. Yeah. So my prayer is just for them to have best wishes and don't come back for a season 2.
We
don't need you to prove anything.
We talk about my number one favorite. I don't know if it's Takesha's favorite celebrity. We talk because I feel like me and her have similarities. If anybody like Ashanti should take notes from Jay Z and Beyoncé.
Yeah, I've been thinking that the whole time. We still don't know about the elevator.
We don't know about we're never gonna know about the elevator.
I mean, that's exactly how it should be. They gave us enough to make a profit off of. I might go home and watch Lemonade.
Yeah, they gave us the music.
Yes.
We don't know.
And to this day, we don't even know about the music. We just know it sold and pulled us in. And I'm in formation.
And everybody has a think piece about what exactly it is.
Yes.
But we've never been told exactly.
This is what it is. Goals. Jay Z and Beyoncé.
And guess what? They make more money off of our think pieces every time we have a think piece.
Yes. Because she adding something else in the visuals.
Yeah. What's that song say? Of course, there's going to be a fight when there's $1 billion on the elevator. Mm-hmm. I was like, what?
Yes. Yes.
Best revenge is your paper. She ain't talking about like to no dude. She talking about all of us.
Yeah. Hello.
That's to us.
That's to us.
Best revenge is your paper. I'm going to keep doing these tours. I'm going to keep making y'all pay all this money, come see me. And I'm going to keep building this legacy for my kids, no matter what y'all think about me and my husband, because y'all really don't know.
No.
Y'all think he the biggest cheater, or he a cheater. Meanwhile, they like this.
Ching, 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 ching.
Best revenge is your paper was for us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Come to Michigan so I can get a ticket.
Yeah, because we gonna go.
Ready for Act 3.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like I'm gonna put aside some money because I want to go see it in Paris.
Make the world stop, literally, and that's what she did.
Yeah. Period.
Beyonce drop. She don't. She just breathes.
Says nothing.
She just breathes.
She says nothing. So I hope Ashanti, because Nelly is, but again, scarcity mindset compared to billionaire mindset.
Yeah, it's a mindset.
It's a mindset thing.
It's mind is a sport, and Nelly is not necessarily knowing the right rules of the game yet.
Yeah. And
I don't need them. I'm learning.
But it's also who you surround yourself with. Who you surround yourself with is important. Who the billionaires surround themselves with is people who probably mentality is like, get out of,
I saw a clip today, and it was her asking people, what is your rich person's problem? Finding a good watch repair person is what the first guy said. Because they're not sitting around giving a damn what's going on in Nelly and Ashanti's personal life.
Yeah.
They're focused on themselves. The other one was her home spa. The other one was like $100,000 on taxes. It was all internal stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's important that your circle, because that scarcity mindset will leave if you're surrounding yourself with people that's your conversations is moving you out of that. Because just like me, you said that you were similar to him, where your fear was of being broke. Mine is not being broke. I don't really worry about money, so it flows to me easy.
It took me to be broke to realize, to literally get where I didn't have any money, to realize like, oh, okay, it ain't about money.
It's not.
How you live your life, the things that you do, how aligned you are, because money is a currency. Currency is energy. It's going to come in all different forms. So it took me literally to get to that point to realize,
Yeah.
This ain't what that's about.
Yeah. A lot of folks believe that you have to work yourself to death to.
And see, that's what I was raised around.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, but that's what I was raised around. So that mindset was in me heavily.
Mm-hmm. And I don't really know where I got it from, where I don't worry about it. Because
Keisha, I really believe that your faith, like, I know from our conversations, like, there's the dark side of being a PK kid, but I think that is what keeps you so grounded. Is your faith and your core beliefs. Like, even after having an awakening, if anything, that made yours stronger.
Yeah.
Where I still question stuff.
Okay.
Like, I don't feel like I'm awake. Remember I said that because I'd be like, I'm aware of so many things. I'm trying to question, I'm wondering, where you are just like, I don't care about none because I ain't got to worry about none because everything I need is taken care of and it's fine. And that's, you mean that from the core.
I do. I absolutely do.
And I'm sitting here adding, subtracting, dividing.
I absolutely, listen.
Listen.
People be budgeting and writing everything down.
I remember I used to write every penny I spent.
I remember you did that.
Remember I had
the notebook.
The bag, yes. And I had a bag of every receipt from everything that I bought. It didn't matter if I went to a corner store. Do you want a receipt? Yes. Like, why are you even asking me that? Yeah, I want a receipt.
I just when I listen to, and I have a lot of conversations with a lot of different people with what I do. And when I listen to people talk about like what's going on, they gotta do this, they gotta do that. And when I start speaking to them, like, you worried about it? You know it's gonna work out, right? When has it? My question is always, when has it not ever worked out? When has it not ever been okay? Even if it don't go exactly the way you want it to go. When has God not ever worked it out for you? That just be my thing. And so to hear like people complain I try not to let it irritate me because of where I am, because that starts to be a little judgmental. So because everybody not there. Mm-hmm. Everybody not there, and people do want to vent and whatever, but my question is always, when has it not ever worked out for you?
Yeah, like, do what you can.
Yeah, do what you can. Even if you don't have $1 million, your bills is paid. Like, are you hungry? I got something in there to eat. I may not be able to go to my fine dining today, but I got something in. When has it not ever worked out? Is always my question. So you're probably right. Like, my faith is extremely, like, don't knock me off my square. If something shake a little bit, I'm like, oh. Like yesterday, I told you I had
and I still don't even think that it be a faith thing. It just be life. You see what I'm saying? I really think that your stuff just be like, oh, okay, this is part of life. This is happening. It don't never be nothing that shake you to the core because you're unshakable. Whereas some people, the more stuff that happens is like it's adding on. You see what I'm saying? Like the layer, like this just happened. My car just broke down now. I don't know.
I ain't got
something at the house. I ain't got this. And it's just adding on and on, where you're just like, this happened. I fixed this and I'm still moving. Today's a new day. And this happened and I moved through this. Like, you may have some emotions, but I don't think it ever breaks you where you think that you can't come out of it.
I don't.
You already out of it.
Mm-hmm. And then when I talk to God, I'll be like, because I know bad things are going to happen. I'd be like, Lord, prepare me for whatever it may be, or, whatever it is. just prepare me, because it's things that can shake me, and I'll be like, oh my God. But nothing has happened like that in a long time. But things have happened, but I just be like, oh.
That prayer life is very important, and knowing what to pray for, because I think a lot of times people pray for things, even if it's like to attract another person or something. But at the core of my prayer, I pray for wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because no matter what I'm praying for that I need, if I'm not wise, I'm going to destroy it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm always extremely grateful. I mean, I wake up in the middle of the night like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Just because I just be thankful for, because everything flows to me. I speak it. Everything flows to me easy. It's going to be okay. Everything going to be all right.
I can say this, and I know we coming on a close. You are definitely very grateful, because even me bringing you today, it was just like you lit up like we shopping at the store.
Look, my friend brought me all these lipsticks. That's not even all of them. I can't hold them all.
That's like, are you about to keep picking them up?
Yeah. But wait a minute. She brought me lipsticks that I would never buy. Where is it at? Gucci lipstick. I got a Gucci lipstick, y'all. It's a cute color too. But yeah, listen.
I'm booking an appointment so you can get some Gucci lipstick.
Look, the Pat McGrath. It got lips. I'm so glad to have rich friends. My friend Rich.
Girl, did you see the TikTok I sent you with the lady who was just like, I'm rich because, like, if you have this in your house, you rich. Listen, she was like, I got McDonald's money, so I'm rich. And then she, in the bathroom, girl, she had wipes. So it's just like, I'm rich. But it made me think about, remember the episode when I said as a kid, where I was just like, I thought
he was rich. Yes.
Like, I still think my daddy rich. Where it was just like, because we had everything we needed, and it was nice.
Yeah. I don't know if I thought we were rich, but I think other people thought we were rich, which is why we had a lot of PK problems. Conflicts. But I don't think I thought we were rich, but I knew we were like pretty well off, you know, and still well off. Like your daddy's still the man. We say this all the time. Like,
they chilling.
They chilling. But my friend is rich because she brought me Gucci lipstick.
But when I was watching her videos, I thought about you, because I was just like, this is Keisha, because Keisha is always in a state of gratitude. You really are. So when I saw that, I really thought about you, and it just made me, and this is why I enjoy doing the podcast, even though I'd be like, I don't want to do the podcast. I'm lazy and I don't want to do nothing. That's just my truth.
That's because we don't want to get dressed. But that's another story for another day.
Yes, because that right there. But it really does remind me to reflect on certain things. Mm-hmm. And it keeps me stabilized in my journey with God, because I can really get off the handle and be like, God, you don't hear me? Girl, it'd be nice where I'd be like, I gotta step outside because maybe the roof is blocking you. You know, and you would just be like, oh,
girl.
Just listen. So I love that about you, and I really believe that we should be more grateful and just practice gratitude based on anything. And
you know how we say that the people you surround yourself with is the people that you want to, mm-hmm. be like or do. I want to be that person that somebody surround themselves with, that they feed off of gratitude, or they feed off of knowing they good. Or, you know what I'm saying? So if they're around me, if they're complaining, I'm probably not saying anything. I'm not venting. I'm not feeding into it or anything, because I want you to feel the energy of, you're going to be all right. Mm-hmm. Celebrate. Tasha, I know we got to go, but Tasha Cobb said this. I was watching a podcast she was on, and it made me think about us. And she was saying that God blessed her with the platform that she has, because he knew that in spite of no matter what she was going through, she was going to be consistent with him. So when she was making her best songs, she was depressed. She would leave from doing praise and worship at the big mega church, go home and be in the dark. and whatever. So she said she believed that she believed he blessed her with the platform that she has. Now she has a husband and a son and everything. She said it felt like everything was taking forever, but she stayed consistent in her walk. So that reminded me listening to that today was like, okay, that reminds me of how it just a reminder of Keisha, stay consistent. The platform that you really want may not be there, but you may have a small platform now, but just keep being a blessing, keep being consistent. When she said that, it really made me think. I was like, oh wow, that's really good, because she talks about in her testimony how depressed she was, how bad, and nobody knew it. And she was like, he blessed me because he knew that I was going to use it for his glory. So now she's one of the biggest gospel. She hasn't wavered. And then she even said that's why people shouldn't make a big deal out of Glorilla getting a Grammy. She was like, because let it happen. Don't have these think pieces about what you think. Let them.
Yes,
that the book?
That's the book.
Yeah.
Let them. But that just made me think, though, because remember when we was talking about that, I was just like, how else is the generation that's not going to church going to hear?
Let them. Even if you don't believe it should have been that, what that got to do with you? How is it affecting you?
Yeah.
That somebody won something.
A Grammy.
I ain't been to no Grammy. It ain't changed my life. I still ain't heard the song.
Exactly.
It's not affecting. So she was just like, she didn't think that people should have made it a big deal. It was like, let them. It's not going to affect the platform God gave her. Let them do what they going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let them. And I was like, I was so inspired by that. I was like, and it was with Jamal Bryant, who a lot of people don't like, but
I love him.
I kind of like Jamal.
Yeah, I love him.
He's raw and real, and a lot of people don't like that. And
one of my cousins put me on to him.
It was on his podcast. So, and she was saying that, like, I knew I was going to be consistent, because no matter what I was going through, I never gave up faith that I was going to come out of it. She said, I can have my worst days. And it was just like, okay, God, you want me to go sing? I'm about to go sing. If you want me to go, preach, I'm about to go preach. But yeah, I'm like, so I am reminded to be consistent in my walk, no matter what. I'm always going to be grateful for anything, especially my Gucci lipstick.
Oh my God. Okay. Can I be a sponsor, Gucci?
Especially my Gucci lipsticks. Okay. I'm not putting this is not for a client. This is going to be mine.
I'll be the model while you do the makeup for Gucci.
Yes. I want Gucci sponsor.
Yes. I want to say this because when you was talking about that made me think about, I watched another movie after I finished the Ashanti thing called Woman in the Yard. And at one point, it was like a mirror in how we talk about self-reflecting and being aware. But at one point, it was a lady in the yard. I just take it as like her shadow version. So when she had got close, she was just like, you called me here. So like you said, stand in that strong mindset to not call that dark in. And when I tell you, I'm proof, because I was in the dark. And I showed up where everybody knew I was in the dark.
Every week, every day you showed up.
And I still was consistent in my dark, sad and depressed.
Yeah. That's the thing. You came on here and cried and sad and was sad many days, and we would sit here and talk for an hour, and you would go back home and get back in the dark. And that's part of like what she was saying. Like, no matter what, I'm going to be consistent. You know.
I told my sister the other day, I was just like, I cannot believe that I'm still doing the podcast. And I was just like, and I know Keisha probably thinks the same thing too. I'm like, because I'd be quick to be like, oh, I ain't doing that no more.
No, I don't be thinking that. It's just so natural to me now that it doesn't come off as work. It's more of this is an assignment, and no matter you try, like I had a busy morning and stuff, and you can easily get distracted. But like I was like, no, let's do it this time because I want to be clear on what I'm putting out to the world. I don't want to be, but it doesn't. I don't be thinking, oh, I can't believe we still doing it because I know there's something greater to come.
And I ain't mean like we. I meant like I know you would be thinking like about me. Like one day I'm be like, Keisha, I want to record this week. I'm tired. Because I agree and feel like it's the assignment, and I pray that the viewers are healed and develop an open mind and do a lot of self-reflection. But if I'm going to bring it back, it heals me every week.
Same. And maybe that's why I don't think like that, because I feel like it's
so even when the days where I be like, oh, I don't want to move, or I want the darkness to take over, I ain't missed.
Yeah, it's definitely been part of my healing journey. I mean, both of us. It's been part of our healing journey with everything, with grief, with relationships, with family, with our children, with work.
Yes.
With anything you could think of. It's been like we learn something every week. And when you watch this, whoever watches, because it's about self-reflection. We self-reflect on with ourselves, and we open to admit when we've been wrong.
And it shows too. We do admit when we're wrong, and it shows too. And we talk about this all the time. How we sit in this space and can have a difference of opinion and keep going. Based on what we was talking about today. Like everybody got an opinion, but you literally can keep going.
You can keep going. You don't have to fall out, be mad. I'm mad at you. She said this. She thought this.
Because I feel in my core, no matter how I try and spin it, you was not standing on that. Okay, yeah, he should have went to the inauguration.
No, he shouldn't.
See? And we still sitting here and it's cool.
No, he shouldn't have.
See what I'm saying?
Okay. He shouldn't have, but no. Listen. We want y'all to like, listen, subscribe, share. Tell us what y'all think. If y'all in some narcissistic relationships, I don't know if that man narcissistic or not. Make sure you put our disclaimer there.
I will. I sure will.
Listen, I don't want to be. Did y'all see them two girls? No, we just want people to be happy. I want everybody to be in love all the way around, love. Next week we may discuss Mr. Love that just got off acquitted. Mr. Love Diddy.
Oh, I forgot about Diddy. I've been so...
We was too busy talking about Ashanti and Nelly. They went, girl.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But like, listen, subscribe, and share, y'all. You got anything else, friend? We'll see y'all next week.